Yo, what is up, dudes and dudettes? This is Dudergens here. And today we're going to talk about something that's fairly interesting. We're going to talk about Tesla. So, I meant to make this video a long time ago, okay? In Discord and in Patreon, I talk about Tesla about, on October 8th, I talked about Tesla. It's going to be over 850 because there are very interesting indicators where there's some power struggles going on in the Tesla board, and with the litigation costs going up, and then they're trying to address the public where the leadership of Tesla is gonna go, and I will show you guys why is that. Okay, so first of all, let's look at their income statement. So if we look at their recent 10Q, which is the annual report. Last year, nobody makes money, right? Nobody makes money except for like JP Morgan and a bunch of trading firms. That's like 60 to 80% trading revenue. So last year, we have net income of 860 million. That's actually pretty good too. Like think about it, right? Last year during COVID, nobody makes money, but Tesla does. So that talks about something, right? That means something. And if we go and look at their battery factories, look at their factories in China, look at their factories that are opening in Germany, like a lot of things need to be optimized. A lot of things are not optimized yet, so they still have a big revenue potential next year and by the end of the year after that. Okay, and we all know that everybody's trying to go to EV transition, and Germany, everybody in Europe is trying to post out like a lot of those legislative changes where they're trying to eliminate a bunch of gas-powered cars. They're even trying to eliminate hybrid cars. They're trying to go full EV. And then the new Biden EV bill is all about subsidies and tax credit and about all the stuff that trying to force America to go through an EV transition. We don't want to talk about lithium and lithium production yet. We're going to post a video later on this week to talk about lithium price and our projection of lithium price as a commodity and as a stock. Okay, so right now we're just going to talk about Tesla. So if we look at the general net profit, then we know that, okay, so let's compare this to this year's, half a year profit, okay? So if you go back and look at this year's half year profit, this year we have 3 months ended June 30th, 2021. We'll see that, hey, we made $1 billion. That's pretty good. 1 billion net income. And then if we look at 6 months ended, so we know that this number is basically a year ended December 31st, 2020, right? So then let's see what happened 6 months after. Oh, we made even more, right? We're sitting at a pretty nice net income here on about $1.5 billion. And okay, so these are just preludes of all the numbers you know. We just need to look at the net income right now, okay? We just need to look at the net income right now. We know that Tesla is mega profitable right now, and it should be traded on around, let's see. So if we look at December 31st, 2020, let's just December 31st, 2020, right here. It's traded at $700. It's literally worth at least $100 more, about at least $150 more if my math is correct. And if you look at around January 2021, it's almost at $900. And I do believe that we're at a bull run all the way up to $900. But there's some cautionary tale here. First of all, the market on Friday, I think it went up way too quick in a way too short of a time frame. Okay, so that's one of the cautionary tale. And we have a lawsuit going on. Oh my God, I just clicked something that I shouldn't be clicking off. So Tesla must pay $137 million to ex-worker over hostile work environment due to racism or whatever, right? We don't want to comment on anything political or anything racial because we all know that we're basically a colorblind channel that, we have Asians, we have black people, we have white people, we have everybody here, and we treat everyone equally, right? Information treat everybody equally. So they have to pay $137 million. So if we deduct that from their previous year's earning and this year's earning, that's about 10% of their entire year's earning. But depending on how Tesla's gonna pay this worker, They can pay this worker in 2 years term, 3 years term, 5 years term, depending on how good this lawyer is. I don't think, big companies pay 137 million in cash in like just one bit, right? They probably want to pay cash instead of paying stock options, depending on how they're gonna structure their deal. So you have an underlying downside of 10% on Tesla, okay? But what is interesting is Elon won the power dynamic. So if you look at the recent 8K, if you look at all of the things that getting approved, the things getting non-approved, what you have looking at is there's a thing called super voting right. So there are 2 clauses that talks about proposal 3 is a management proposal to adapt amendment to Tesla's incorporation bylaw applicable of super majority voting requirement. This proposal was not approved. So basically, how the Tesla's board structured is you need super majority voting requirement to literally pass a lot of stuff to deal with how they're gonna treat their common stocks. And mind you that if supermajority voting requirements were revoked or were canceled, that means when Elon's common stock actually have super voting rights, okay? So if this thing got declined or this thing got vetoed, then that means Elon's voting power actually got a hit. And then the way how Elon's structuring his own board is Elon actually have his relatives on his board, and then with his super voting right, he can always maintain power in his board. So a lot of these are good news if you guys are Elon fans that I do. That means Elon still have a lot of power over his board. And the fact that they're changing their accounting firms sends out some interesting indications of how their board structure and how their company is going to restructure into basically a production powerhouse. I think they're going to adapt some different accounting firms to reduce the cost of accounting. It really depending on, we still don't know this information yet. We're just making speculations, okay? And a lot of those voting things coming through, not getting approved is actually a good thing, okay? So all of these are good things. All of those are good news. I do think Tesla will be $900 in no time. And if you go and look at their price chart or in terms of options, the biggest open interest is 900. The biggest open interest is about $1,000 in Tesla. Especially if you go on and look at the year end and everything. I do think by the end of this year, we will see a $900 Tesla at some point. Okay. This is our challenge right now is trying to determine whether tomorrow the stock is going to keep overextending and it will hit $900 or it won't. Basically. That's what's going to happen. If tomorrow hits 900, then we will see a sharp pull down on Tesla stock. If it doesn't, if it stabilizes, I don't have my pen out. If it stabilizes, let's draw it out. If it stabilizes at about 880 point, then as long as we have a good catalyst coming in, and as long as the general economic conditions not change in the next 5 or 6 trading days, extending to next week, we will see a further bull run all the way up to 900. Yeah, it will be fairly interesting. Right now, the option's a little bit expensive, but I do think it's worth the gamble though. But again, we're not financial advisors. We do not give financial advice. Everything we say on this channel is for shits and giggles. Alright, this is it for Tesla. Our end of year price target is about $900 because it's already past our 850 line. Let's see how this goes. See you guys on the upside.